Today, my morning started with the exact same crazy bitch in my neighborhood that I put in a few videos ago. I'll link to that below. But she literally had her miniature mutt, Toto, barking at me again, following me again, and he almost bit me this morning. His mouth was on my leg, but I kicked towards him, and he backed away. And this crazy bitch, although she wasn't on as many drugs or alcohol as she was last time, she still was cussing me out, disrespecting me, insulting me, was even cussing at family members of mine that she doesn't even know, like, your mom's a hoe, your grandma's a hoe, your sister's a hoe. Like, bitch, you don't even know me. Like, that's the craziest thing about this bitch, is I don't even know her at all. She doesn't know my name, I don't know her name. And the first time I met her was literally that video I posted before. Her cussing at me the second I got off the bus walking down the street from the bus stop. Her following me all the way from down the street to my place and being in the backyard. This bitch is seriously mentally unstable. And this is my fourth interaction I've had with her dog, but my second interaction I've had with her. I had to call the cops again this morning because I'm tired of this bitch, y'all, to be honest. Like, literally, there's certain things I don't tolerate, and people fucking with me for no reason, that's absolutely something I don't tolerate. That's absolutely something no one should tolerate. When you know you don't even know somebody, y'all are complete strangers, and you haven't done anything wrong to them or anything wrong to anyone. Like, I'm such a good person, no lie, no cap. Like, I don't go out of my way to make anybody's day or life harder than it needs to be. I don't bother people, period. I literally, like I told y'all, I'm an introvert, so unless if I feel, you know, welcome or invited or like I really vibe with a person, I keep to myself. I'm always the best company I'm ever gonna have, as are y'all. Y'all are always the best company you're ever gonna have. But the bigger issue I want to talk about today isn't the fact that she's a crazy bitch and this is the second time around, but it's more so the fact that the first time the cops didn't do enough to her. Come to find out that she went to the hospital instead of a jail cell. So that's why she was morally compelled to do this shit again today. And I've had enough. I'm like, look, it's gonna end one of two ways. You're gonna take this bitch out the neighborhood and arrest her and charge her the way you should because she's a criminal, or I'm gonna have to knock her the fuck out and teach her a goddamn lesson, because nobody is gonna be invited to shit in my day, to disrespect me, to make my life harder than it needs to be, just for no fucking reason other than they don't have a life, they have nothing to do. Fuck that. If you coming at me, you better have a damn good reason or I'm taking you down twice as hard. I mean, seriously, what gives you the right to fuck with anybody who hasn't done you any harm, who hasn't bothered you, who has literally just dared to exist in the same vicinity as you? People are real wild, real childish. You gotta watch people these days. But you want to tell me why when I call the cops and I'm like explaining the situation, and this is the cop protocol, right? Before they ever come out and want to do something or change the situation, they always want to ask you 21 questions. What were they wearing? What's their race? What's their age? What's their name? All the information that doesn't fucking matter or pertain to the crime that's being committed. All the information that's not going to help anybody, just to distract you and to waste further time so that the person who's committing the crime, the perpetrator, could get away with it. Either they could get away with it or they just gonna continue. Or in worst case scenarios, like in the movies, everybody's DOA, dead on arrival, and then the cops show up and they're like, oh, what happened? There's no one here to talk to. And it's like, yeah, that's because you took 2 fucking hours to show up when people called you 2.5 hours ago. No shit. And that's something that I truly believe drastically needs to change in the justice system. Is if we're ever gonna get out of the courtrooms, if we're ever gonna, you know, eliminate having criminals, if we're ever gonna lower the crime rate, then it has to start with the cops and when the calls are being made. Instead of asking a million different questions, how about this? Show up. How about this? Track the call. How about this? Record the call. You know what I'm saying? Record the call, track the call, and show the fuck up. Because once you're there and you witness what's going on, then you could get all the information you need. Then you could really effectively do your job. Then, maybe you might just save or protect somebody's life. Did they ever think about that? I'ma wait. No, I really don't think they did. I think that they're just riding around in their cars, and especially here in Connecticut, let me tell you what all the cops do. They ride around in their SUVs, they ride around playing with the laptop that's inside of the front of the cop car. While they say don't text and drive, they're literally typing on a laptop and driving an SUV with a gun strapped to their waist, just waiting for the next minority they can pull over for driving too fast, or having expired tags, or not wearing a seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? Petty crimes. Petty crimes that shouldn't even be considered crimes. They don't want the big fish. They don't want the murderers. They don't want the rapers. They don't want the robbers. They don't want the muggers. They don't want the public offenders. They don't want the menaces of society. They want the stoners. And they want the drivers. Can you fucking believe that shit? Yes, because the world's going to shit off of drivers and stoners, all alike. People who have lives with places to go, and people who enjoy their life getting high. Now, of course, I'm just a law-abiding citizen like y'all, and I don't have any jurisdiction in the justice system or with any police officers. But if I had a say, my say would be, stop asking 21 questions. Ask what's the location, track the phone call, record the phone call, take every call seriously, because these motherfuckers be thinking they're prank calls. And I'm like, if you think it's a prank call, then show up. That's what they used to do when I was a kid. They would show up when people made prank calls. So record the call, track the call, show up within 5 minutes or less. Literally, from the second you hear somebody in distress and they say, I need a cop out here, you should already be hopping in your car, not thinking of 20 more questions to ask. And then once you're on there, once you arrive, then you can ask your follow-up questions. And of course, cops have the body cam on them, so they get your face, they get your body, they get your address, they see your ID, all of it's recorded on the body cam. So all that information that they wanted to waste 30, 40 minutes, almost 2 hours to ask you, then evaluate, then question if it's real or not, then decide if they want to show up, then dispatch someone, then finally show up, then get there too late. All that could be cut out and they could just show up, do what they need to do, and make a difference in somebody's life, if not saving somebody's life. Because I tell you, this bitch literally was tap dancing on my last nerve, her and her little dog. I wanted to stomp that shit right in the street. So here's where we're at now. I called them. They made another report. I sent them the video that I recorded of this crazy bitch this morning. And they said that they're gonna set up a par cop or whatever to be at the end of the street where I'd be walking, and they're gonna see if they can witness this in action. And I bet you this crazy bitch is out there to do this a third time. So we gonna be ready. We gonna be ready. But let me leave you with this. And be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe below, and let me know of a time when you called the cops and they just show up too late because they want to play 21 questions on the phone and it bit you in the ass and they didn't do shit about it. Let me know down below. But I want to leave you guys with this. When the cops are too slow, when the cops take too long, when you've had enough and you need to protect yourself and protect your life and protect your property, it's all a matter of protection. This ain't a matter of, the law. Justice. No, it's a matter of I'm human. This is my life and I have a right to live it as much as I have a right to protect myself and enjoy it. Film what's going on. First, film. Always have your phone on you, if not one of those body cams, a spy cam. Cops have them, but you can get it too. Look for it online. Make sure you record this. Make sure that you know where they came from. Always know your location and your surrounding. And then, of course, you do what is necessary to protect yourself. If your life is in danger, fight. If your stuff is in danger, lock it up, hide it. Whatever you need to do to protect yourself or your things, take action. Because when the cops refuse to or take too long to, only you suffer, not them. And it's a damn shame, because they were hired and they exist only for the sole reason to serve and protect the community. But they twisted that and turned it into the community serving and protecting them. But you always do right by yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, stand up for yourself. Be strong, not weak. Life is built for the strong, not for the weak. You must grow, adapt, learn, and be tactful and engage. God bless you.